Mr. Claudius Pereira.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
35 years ago, when I was called on stage, I took a look at all the people sitting in this massive auditorium. And as I seen 100 pairs of eyes piercing through me, my mind went blank. My stomach started burning. My mouth went dry. And I could only muster the word, thank you. And I ran away from the stage. And the stage was wet. 35 years later, when I come on stage, I like to set the stage on fire. Because I had a deadly disease when I was young. I used to stutter and stammer. Most of the people wrote me off. And it was 25 years later when I walked into a Toastmasters meeting. That's the only Toastmasters, and there were 7 members. And during the topic session, they called out my name and they told me to come and speak. My heart was racing like that bullet train in Japan. I told myself, I'm going to go on stage. Am I going to set the stage on fire, or am I going to go up in flames? But then I vowed that I am going to join the Toastmasters movement because I wanted to transform my life. They say that's where leaders are made. Toastmasters betters your attitudes, sharpens your skills, and fine-tunes your knowledge. It's not all about talking, it's all about doing. They say a good communicator puts money into your pocket. Picasso one day was walking in the market, and one of his favorite disciples seen Picasso and went to Picasso and said, Mr. Picasso, I'm such a great fan of yours. So Picasso said, thank you very much. And then this lady takes out a piece of paper and a pen and says, Picasso, can you please do a little drawing for me, Picasso? So he takes that piece of paper and a pen and he draws it and he gives it to this lady and she says, wow, Mr. Picasso, it's so beautiful. It's so wonderful. Thank you very much. And she starts walking. He says, lady, 1 minute. That's worth $1 million. She says, Mr. Picasso, you took only 30 seconds. And you're saying $1 million? He says, yes, lady. It took me 30 years to do that in 30 seconds. Now this is what Toastmasters does to you. It's not the run-of-the-mill. It's not a fast food like a McDonald's burger or a KFC chicken. It's a continuous development program. So do you see yourself as an artist when you go to work every day? Do you see yourself to create a masterpiece in whatever you do? Do you have the creative desire which is fundamental to every human hunger in terms of success? Do you have the fire in the belly? Toastmasters has it for you. If you go to the borders of the world, you look at the leading sales professionals. If you look at the masters in R&D, if you look at the masters in sales, if you look at your managers, if you look at your club presidents, what do you say? They are gifted. They have a good background. They come from a good school. They got a good family background. Finally you say, they are good with people and they are lucky. Have you heard of the cliche? The harder and the smarter you work, the luckier you get. Every time you blame your background, every time you blame your culture, every time you blame your club, every time you blame your mentor, you give away the power to influence. You give away the power to change, which you need so badly. My life changed, my friends, when I discovered a simple thing in my life. I discovered Toastmasters. Toastmasters doesn't give you what you want. Toastmaster gives you who you are. It's amazing when you walk out in the world and take responsibility. Because Toastmasters says ability without responsibility is a liability. This is what Toastmasters taught us. And then 6,300 days ago, we came to the same building. 888 meetings ago. We were 4 of us somewhere on top. Hold on together to see, does this club have a future? Though the master of ceremonies spoke about me giving 1,000 rupees, but you know something? Today I want to tell you the secret. He is the person who said that day that we will do it. And 888 meetings later, I think he deserves something from all of you. Meeting started 6:30, bingo. It only takes a minute to run away from fear. It only takes a minute to set a goal. And it also only takes a minute to wow an audience. Watson started the meeting. To me, Watson, you are not at your potential. Watson, you came in here, held on to this lectern. Watson, you are the guy who changed the face of Toastmasters in this country. Where is that passion gone? Because when I heard Watson is going to do it, you know what is the kind of expectation? Now this is what happens in Toastmasters. Each time you come and speak, the bar keeps going higher and higher and higher. And who are you competing with? Yourself. Ask yourself, are you a better person yesterday than today? And that's what you ask every morning when you stand in front of a mirror. So you know, Watson, if you ask me that you wowed everybody, I may say, maybe. So when you take up an assignment, I think we should all have the spirit and the fire has got to be burning. Nevertheless, I think for taking off this wonderful meeting, I think let's give them the 6:35, the president, took over. Godfrey, nice name. God made all small things, brought a couple of stories, spoke extremely well, but as a leader of a club, in your Bible, when you come here and stand and speak, there's something called 1924. There's something called Santa Ana, California. There's something called Dr. Ralph C. Smedley. And the president has to have this in his speech. Very, very important. Because for a guest who's come for the first time, we need to convey this over and over again. Next, you are dressed very well. He's a very, very handsome guy. They say Toastmasters is a formal meeting. Now, my friends, wearing t-shirts without a tie, because it's been tested and proven world over. When you dress up, your personality changes. You are very, very confident in whatever you do. So Toastmasters believes it's good that you come well dressed for a meeting, tucked in. Jesus for a good Saturday night when you want to go and party. Or maybe you can go without your jeans, which is fine. But when you come to a Toastmasters meeting, I think it's very, very critical that we should present ourselves well. So we will get on to our meeting. We start with the master of ceremonies. Here is a man who always fascinates me. 3 weeks ago, he sends me a mail. Neither my wife has asked me the questions which he has asked me. But he's such a meticulous planner. He wants to make sure that he prepares to the T, because even the best of preparation, you are bound to make a slip at the end. And that's how speeches are. And that's how Toastmasters trains you. Right? Where you put all the butterflies together and make it to fly into formation. So he has prepared himself. To me, he is like a tree trunk. A tree trunk, the branches which come out has all the fruits. And all the people who walk by look at those beautiful flowers and the fruits, and they are in awe of the tree. Though the tree is old, but it's still strong. And it's taken a lifetime to build, to get that beautiful tree. But the trunk is the life source of the tree. Chip away the trunk, the branches will begin to fall, and the fruits will dry up, and all you'll be left with dead wood on the ground. And to me, that's what he is to the Toastmasters movement. At this age, that kind of commitment, that kind of passion, that kind of preparation, each speaker getting the feedback about them, talking about their lives, and trying to make a meeting most memorable is a very critical thing. It's like a pilot of an aircraft. Though 95% is controlled by the machines, but the bottom line is the pilot still needs to sit on the seat. So, for a master of ceremonies who's done a wonderful job, what do you think he deserves? We will move on to our first speech. Sumitra Manmohan, I've seen her in a long, long time in Toastmasters. And you know what? Every time I see her, she's looking more and more beautiful. Every time I see her, she's getting younger and younger. So I put this question to her when I seen her today. I said, what's the secret? She said, wait for my speech. So, may I call upon Pradeep, please, to please give us his feedback on her talk. Let's give Pradeep a hand.